you with Dimensional Cape. So this is fine. Like, everything is good. So, like, Rin climbing the scene, multiple PR sighting. Great job to him, and we'll be seeing him in all.
I am really glad. What? Over Slender Man, the last shot.
Yeah, over Slender Man. He wanted the last shot. He wants to be remembered as the man who was the best Link in Chicago.
I can't
He's right.
throw too much shade at Slender Man because he's out like trying to become like an actual chemist.
No, Slender Man's great.
Like the reason he retired is because he's like out there trying to make a real career in a real thing.
I can't
for adults. So
I don't,
good on him.
Good on him, but that's not an excuse.
Oh yeah, you ain't the best Link though.
Yeah, you ain't best Link. That's the sacrifice you made. That's why Green was 10th on the all-time PR, and when he could have been theoretically as high as 3rd or 4th. But no, you dipped. You out.
He dipped.
Akira, though, making it to 6th. Shout-outs to my man, who I couldn't tag in the post earlier today because he just wasn't showing up on my thing.
I think he left that group.
I think he blocked me. That's okay. I would have blocked me, too.
Anyway, back to Sheik versus Ryu, but with a red hat and overalls.
Yeah, back to Sheik
and
versus
fireballs.
Bayo, but with a red hat and overalls.
And a headband and no shoes.
All right, yeah.
But feet that hurt just as much.
No, Spidey's doing excellent in this Sheik versus Red Zelda matchup.
I have a friend who...
catches him. That's a trick. That's a trap every time.
I have a friend who plays a lot of FGC games, but he doesn't really like ever. He only plays them for like the mechanics or whatever. He doesn't care about like the series because he plays like DBFZ, but he doesn't actually like watch Dragon Ball at all. And he always says that like characters in a fighting game are just functions, and he's right. Mario is just a function. You just pressed forward and A, and it just obliterated Ryu, the other function, who has different moves that function differently.
That is my favorite 18% I saw today, where Spidey went non-true Shoryuken into non-true Shoryuken into non-true Shoryuken while trying to recover, and 2 of them happened to hit Mario, and he was just spamming up B even well after he was on stage.
Oh, they were up B Shoryus?
Yeah, I think so, because they didn't do like the true percentage. I think he was just pushing it to recover. And like the 3rd one, he was like, oh, I'm not going to make it on stage. But then he landed anyway. And it was like, Shoryuken.
That collarbone was almost broken. I saw that shield get down to a teeny weeny bit.
These guys are playing each other dead even, and I'm really about it. Because the way Big Mac's playing, he looks like a robot. And I want one more really good set.
Well, that's one way to end game 1.
Yeah, catching him with the focus. Spidey's been throwing out that focus a lot today, and he caught pretty much everyone with that except Big Mac, and Ned didn't really fall for it, but Ned fell for the dash attack, so rip.
Rip the boy. He DI'd that dash attack all the way in tomorrow night at 11 p.m.
Yo, you know what?
What'd he pick?
He picked Rosa.
Oh, this is the time to end this.
Yeah, Dan has maintained, and he may be right, that he is the 2nd best Rosa in Chicago behind Knight. And Warren's giving me this nasty look, and he can give me that look all he wants. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with anybody. I'm just saying what Dan has said multiple times, because when he busts out Rosa, he does well.
Yeah, there isn't...
Warren's saying fight me for it. Him and his one good arm, and he's like, no, I'm throwing down.
Ryu is so slow that he has trouble dealing with Luma in really any capacity. Like, he has some moves that'll kill Luma off the side, like dash attack is pretty good, but you'll need a punish for it. And speaking of people that can edge guard Ryu, Rosalina is pretty darn good at edge guarding Ryu's recovery.
Rosalina is probably the best character in the game at edge guarding Ryu's recovery.
I think Bayo is also just as good, but Ryu mains disagree with me.
I said character, I meant Smash character, sorry, my bad.
All right, I'm gonna let that one just simmer.
It's the last day.
Just simmer.
That's fine. I'm
in a nice marinade.
We're making Warren sad, as we should be. It's the last day.
Anyway, Dan is playing the pre-DLC, I vomited all over
He's
that.
playing
the pre-DLC DLC in Rosalina. The character that could kill at 0 before it was even fashionable.
Hey, remember that time that Blind killed Chompy at 20% on Delfinos? Because I do.
Yeah, didn't that win us a doubles tournament?
Probably.
No, didn't we enter in doubles and do that on Delfino to Chompy once? At like a geek bar? I did that with someone. It might have not have been Warren.
Might have been Sage. They were
Oh
both,
yeah, it could have been Sage.
They were the runaround Roses. And Sage, by the way, won like all of the Geek Bars he attended, which is kind of wild. Something fun fact, he won a bunch in a row. Yeah, it was one of the 3 of you. But like historically, I was going back when we were doing the Lifetime PR. Sage won so many tournaments. Like it blew my mind. Like he actually.
Oh yeah, he was really good.
He was really good. Shoutouts to the boy, one of the innovators of like all things stream.
He never did better than like 17th or 13th at an E2C monthly. But that's because he was working on other stuff at the time. Because
he was
that's
working.
like the original streamer TO John.
Yeah, well at the time though, like me and Warren were both TOing. Sage did a lot of like stuff on his own.
Luma just died from the bottom blast zone.
And Rosa didn't, and then Spidey died.
I have never seen that either. Warren, has that ever happened to you? Have you ever drifted so low that Luma just died? I've never seen that
Luma dies
before.
and you don't.
Yeah,
That's
because the Luma goes lower than Rosa.
dumb.
Man, he drifted low. All right. Anyway, Rosalina's going to be terrible in Ultimate, so it doesn't matter.
No, she's not.
Have you seen that neutral air? That neutral air looks booty.
We'll get to it.
All right.
We will all find out tomorrow, as everybody is good and polite.
Oh yeah, we'll know
And-
the whole tier list tomorrow.
Yeah, and nobody
Immediately.
has played anything outside of the demo at any point in time, anywhere, period. Therefore, we know very little.
Maybe it's just wishful thinking that Rosalina will be bad. But well, we'll get there.
She'll probably be fine, but I don't think she'll play nearly the same way she plays this.
Well, I guess I was pretty decent at the Rosa matchup, although I think Warren has a winning record on me lifetime.
He does, but I watched you fare your fair share of Roses with that snout.
Oh yeah, I
lot
have
of
a couple of
Roses
set
get
wins
snouted.
on Knight from way back in the day too. Good times. Then he learned a jab, and then I never beat him again.
Oh boy.
The
Goodbye.
softest spike.
Goodbye, friend. You are gone. That's the Melee Zelda spike box. Where, like, it'll do the trick, but it just sounds so gentle. Like he got caressed into the blast zone.
So anyway, this is why we should have 3 triplat stages legal as starters in Ultimate. Did you see Dan just like jump?
I mean, I'm cool with it.
Brilliant.
I'm cool with it as long as we have weaker shields, which we do, and 11 or so stages, which we might. All right, getting it right back. All right, there we go. Spidey looking, despite the spike, Spidey is looking a lot better in this game 3 on his stage counter pick than he was on that kind of, where were they? He's FD? Somewhere where he couldn't go anywhere.
That was Dan's counterpick to FD with Rosa, and he also had the character swap, so.
Yeah, he had everything in his pocket there. Dan pulling out all the stops today. Doing what he thinks is best to win, as opposed to just playing the Mario.
I think Dan and Big Mac both, and Spidey too, but like there's a pretty friendly rivalry between Dan and Big Mac, right? They're both right next to each other on the all-time PR, 4 and 5. They're next to each other on like pretty much every PR, swapping spaces, and both of them I think wants to have this last lap.
Yeah, Dan was a little bit better over the history and so forth, but if you asked either of them right now, they would probably tell you that they are even in skill level at the moment.
I think they would have said they're even in skill level this whole time. It's just sometimes one has better results than the other.
Yeah, that is very reasonable. Luma doing the Luma thing. Dan showing like he knows the stuff. She footstools out, gets rid of the Luma, and gets the Shoryuken. So Spidey not going out yet, putting Dan on his last game. Again.
Maybe his last game of Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Could be.
That's kind of crazy.
Mine was
especially in this matchup. This is like a 7-3 matchup. Oh, and by the way, when Ultimate comes out, we're going to have all these people who would like, it's going to be Sunday, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's an unwinnable matchup.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's going to be the worst thing in the world to deal with. But that's a Luigi I see.
I want to get hyped because I love watching other people play Luigi. I'm trying to let the personal self go because I realized at the end of Smash 4 that I hated playing this character as long as I did. Because he's not fun to play. He's just really good in a lot of ways. However, Spidey has a lot of experience with the Luigi matchup, and Dan's picking him up ice cold, so a lot of stuff could happen right now. Dan choosing to make his last stand with the secondary Mario brother. Maybe he's not feeling confident. Maybe this is his way of saying, I'm a Mario fan. Luigi's just second best in my heart, always.
Well, Dan's always said he allowed himself to main any character from Mario series, and that even extends out to Donkey Kong. Although I've never seen him play Diddy Kong, because that's technically a Rareware character.
Yeah, Donkey Kong is technically part of Mario Universe. We've had this conversation quite a bit. But yeah, Diddy shouldn't be, Dixie wouldn't be, obviously, and so on and so forth. Banjo wouldn't be.
No, Banjo's not Mario. Banjo and Mario have never been in the same game.
I wish we could get Conker. Why does everyone want Banjo? Conker's so much cooler.
Because the last game that featured Conker
was the
in a
best
starring
game
role
ever.
Was a game where he did some R-rated things, my friend.
Yeah, there was some singing fecal matter and some nudity. So there was
alcohol
stuff that
references.
could not exist. Yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day, not safe for work in any capacity.
How many people in this venue today think were born after Conker's Bad Fur Day? 2000.
Probably about half our weekly attendance, reasonably speaking. Maybe 40, somewhere between 40 and 60% of the people at our weekly were born after Smash 64 came out. Oh man, Warren just gave me the nastiest look, and I can't blame him. Like
the one-armed man gave you a nasty look?
Yeah, good point. I can't look. We're
This
the grandpas.
spacing,
Like we call Fax Smash Dad. That makes us Smash grandpas. Like, dude is like 8 years younger than me.
Dan was getting waxed a little bit. Then A, he never died versus Ryu, which is astounding. Then B,
Luigi.
Ryu just never got the stage, and he almost just died to that sweet spot back here.
He's dead. See, that was a great counter pick for the stage choice, too. I'm actually surprised that Spidey let him go back to FD despite him having one on.
Yeah, interesting. Especially because, like, he technically wasn't, you know, he didn't need to switch off of Rosalina. It could have been another Rosa game, and that game did not go particularly well. The Ryu Rosa on FD.
All right, so he's sticking Luigi, but this is going to be on the Spidey counter pick of going right back to Smashville, saying, you know what, one of us is going out, and we're going out on Smashville.
Game 5. One of these people is done with this this rage BS at the end of this game.
No, they're not. It's still around. It's just
Well, it's
33%
way less.
of what it is, which is amazing.
That's how I would have changed Rage, by the way. We've had this conversation not on stream before, but...
Yeah, you're fine with it being minimal because it
especially because they nerfed the like, auto-link junk that functioned with Rage.
I'm fine with it giving more game knowledge, rewarding it a little bit, but not so much that it'll sway the game where like somebody dies at 40 because the other person had max range.
Well, yeah, so like the Zero Suit auto-links don't exist anymore.
Great pivot grab there from Dan. Spidey's getting a little too afraid to approach, and he really shouldn't be. I know that sounds strange against Luigi, but in this matchup, Luigi getting to zone you out is how he'll wind up winning. Because the second you commit, because you've given him the time to think and the spatial whatever he wants, because he's stupid Luigi, that's how he gets his punishes.
At the same time, you shouldn't be that afraid to commit, because Ryu has these giant hitboxes that if they land on Dan's shield, and Dan's not the best at power shielding with Luigi, but you need to be good at power shielding with this character to make sure you land those punishes.
Dan's not afraid to commit in any way, shape, or form, though it doesn't look like. It very much looks like he's forcing Spidey to approach him, which is a great way to play the matchup. But Spidey needs to, like, walk in instead of run in type of stuff. Like, you gotta respect the pivot grab. Because he's approaching too much with the short hop back air, although that was an excellent up tilt into Shoryuken. So now we're going to have last stock situation. One of these men is out. The other will go on to grand finals to fight Unrivaled's Big Mac, waiting on winner's side, and I don't believe he's dropped the game all day.
No, he's been mad.
All right, Spidey, one stock for your shot at grands. You got to do it against Dan's Luigi.
The moving, that would have jab locked, I think, if the platform wasn't moving.
That was a great focus cancel. You may be right. Oh, Luigi naring out of his taxes one last time. Why is Yoshi the one who's going to be under investigation by the IRS when Luigi nares out of his taxes? All right. Great knowledge of jab. Knowledge of matchup coming in handy there. Dan with the third falling aerial. That was a great sequence.
And reversing that up air to make sure it sends him into the corner as much as possible.
Focuses through. He has max rage, and that's going to kill Luigi. Dan puts his head in his hands. DLC.
Has just begun.
There's only one more set of Ryubi in DLC. You can't say that anymore.